Hey guys, well today we have a DC Multiverse DC Classic Riddler. And as you can see here, we have a classic comic book representation of the Riddler. And let's see what McFarlane Toys has in store for us today. And getting him out of the package, you can see that he's a great looking figure. I actually really like the sculpt on this. It's a good representation. I like the mask, like the sculpt on the face, like the hair colors, the highlights, the accessories, everything is just it's a pretty good package. You get a good money's worth value for your dollar, so to speak. With this figure, the scepter goes really nice with it. Like the colors, like I said, the purple and the blue really accent each other very well. And speaking of accessories, here you have the multitude of hands that come in the package besides the ones he's wearing on screen. And like I said, you also get his golden scepter. It's a nice little touch. I like it. Like I said, I've always, for more hand posability is also great. And speaking of posability overall, when it comes to McFarlane, you're going to get the normal articulation as always, double bends everywhere. That's about as far forward and backward as he can bend, and he can actually do a standing split. The ankle articulation on this one is pretty good too, pretty easy to move. So I'm glad sometimes you get a stiff joint or pants or whatnot, but it being a one-size costume, it's got a lot of free joints and very posable. And as far as head sculpt goes, he can look down so far and he can look up so far. It's got a great range. And as far as the face sculpt, as I touched on earlier, I really like it. I like the indentation on the chin. I like the mask. Like I said, the highlights on the hair. I even like the number of question marks on the costume. I know it sounds weird to say I like the number of question marks, but it's just something that, you know what I mean? It could have been overdone, could have been underdone. Uh, Too little's too simple. Too little's too simple. Too much is overkill, and I just think it's a perfect amount. Not oversaturated, not undersaturated, just a good blend whatsoever, all the way around. So, like I said, I like the way this figure's out the box, posability, articulation, everything that comes with it. So, moving on, you can see here we have him with the Multiverse Arkham City Riddler, and this is also done by Todd McFarlane, or actually the team at McFarlane. I don't know if Todd's still sculpting these things, but yeah. And you can get more of a look at which one will fit better in your collection. If you're one of those people that's going to collect them all, well then hopefully this fits nicely into wherever you're going to put them in on your shelf. But as far as people that are going for a more modern look, a more classic look, a more comic look, a more movie look, or whatever you want to go for, I think these are both good representations. Like I said, on being the review for the classic Riddler, I myself do prefer the classic look over the Arkham, even though the Arkham isn't a bad looking figure and sculpt in itself. As far as moving on, I can tell you right now, like I said, I prefer this guy in my classic look. His range of hands, his range of motion, I guess the motion that creates with the hands, the kind of photography and scenery you can get with this guy, is just, to me, it's pretty cool. It looks like, I mean, I just have his hand out and his arm extended a little, and it looks like he's posing a riddle or a question to the penguin. The other hands too have him look like he's thinking. It's amazing. I have him in different poses where he's looking up and down at his scepter. Just, I mean, like I said, with the articulation, the hands that are put in, it's just the face sculpt. It's got a lot of great, like I said, photography, film work, poses, different things you can get out of it. Thinks the guy's gonna look great on the shelf. And here we have him. Unfortunately, when I do reviews, I don't like to change the hands too bit, so you're going to see him throughout the review with the same hands over and over. But here he is with the Hush Batman, and I think it's a good take. Neither one of them are really too classic modern or too new classic costume, and neither one of them are too dated. So I think these guys actually look great on the shelf together. I actually will probably put these together in different scenes, different photography, different whatnot. But I actually like the way these guys go off of each other. I think the size, the scale, whatnot, everything is it's good. Neither one of these figures is just outside in your face, stands out, and it just like I said, it just blends together really nicely. I can picture some really dark, great Dark Knight scenes coming forth with this figure and these figures, so to speak. But like I said, going back to that more classic, more, if you want to consider it 60s, 70s era uh, look of the Batman rogues, I think he fits nicely with this Joker. Also, McFarlane, part of the Three Joker series, and this one is the classic, the Clown Joker. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this Riddler to me just got classic written all over him. He's got a comic collection, got a Justice League, just a Legion of Doom, written all over him. So by all means, go out and get him if you can.